we're going to talk a ton today about, your work in player development, what we're looking at with the Iowa Wild this year. But before we do, you played with a very young Alex Ovechkin. You played with a very young Connor McDavid. Talk about just compare and contrast these young stallions coming into the league.
Oh, yeah. The comparable is just how gifted they both are and incredible hockey players. Ovi was more of the free spirit, energy, tons of energy, a lot of excitement, just like a kid in the candy store every day he came to the rink. And probably, arguably, is going to be the most pure goal scorer the NHL's ever seen. So it was a great 3 years playing with him and watching him do the things that he can do. And, then I was really blessed again to be able to play with Connor in Edmonton. And the thing that jumped out at me right away with him was just his habits for an 18-year-old kid, the way that he conducted himself at the rink, away from the rink, the way that he showed up every day for practice, and the way that his compete level every single day. You knew he wants to be, or wanted at that time to be, the best. I think people argue who is the best right now. But he was something truly amazing to watch on a daily basis.
Well, people watch the Amazon show. I don't know if you've seen any of the episodes yet.
I haven't watched it yet, but I do plan on it for sure.
They probably show the clips of McDavid and how emotional he was in the finals and getting up in the middle locker room and pouring his heart out, obviously crying after Game 7, which most guys probably would. I feel like he's been on as a target or as a superstar since he was 14 years old, right? He's been in the spotlight for so long. People don't really get to know those guys very well. Would that surprise you to see kind of the motion of a guy like that, or knowing what kind of, because I think at the beginning he probably was still trying to find his way into being that superstar, but now I feel like he's kind of been kind of a in superstar for a long time, and now people can humanize this guy, see what he's like.
Right. Well, I don't think it surprises me. This game, it's an emotional game. Regardless if you're the number 1 forward on a team or the 13th forward on a team, it's an emotional game. And to get to that point, I could only imagine, how much you've put into it, and knowing Connor and his work ethic, and there's nothing he wants more than to win the Stanley Cup. I know that for a fact. He's been saying it since he walked in the doors in Edmonton when he was 18. This is a dream of his, a passion of his. And I don't think you become the player that he is without that type of emotion, without that type of hunger to be the best.
Yeah. And looking at those two guys, I know you obviously haven't played with him, but you've seen a lot of up close and personal with Kirill Kaprizov. Throw him into the mix now. How does he stack up with some of those kind of players?
Right. Well, you know what? It's kind of funny that you say that. That's the first thing that jumped out to me when Kirill got here day one, was his practice habits. And if my memory serves me correct, it was I think it was still just captain's practice were going on at the Nutria practice facility. And they were working on some 2-on-2, 3-on-3 drills down low below the tops of the circles. And yeah, your eyes quickly jump on him because he has the puck the whole time. But when he's also out there with any other NHL players that are going to be able to defend him and take the puck from him. But what jumped off the page that specific day was, if he lost the puck, there was nobody on the ice that was working harder to get it back. And that for me is exactly what I'm talking about when I'm trying to describe Connor and his practice habits, is that usually when your best players are your drivers every day on the ice, it's contagious. And your team, the rest of the team, even though they are very good players, they play in the National Hockey League, there's a reason the best are the best. And Kirill has those same traits that I saw in Connor.